Hello IGN, my name is Jose Otero, and this is our Rewind Theater of Super Mario Run, and the thing we really want to talk about is right here. Nintendo finally gave us a better look at what is Kingdom Builder. It is one of 3 modes in Super Mario Run, which is available on the App Store December 15th. Nintendo is charging $9.99 in the US. Check your local listings, but this is a mode that you're going to be able to build over time as you play the game. You'll basically acquire coins and buy these houses, these warp pipes, and these things to sort of build your own little kingdom. Now, big question for me is, does it scroll left or right? Is there more to it than just these slots? But we're also going to break down like the UI and how some of this works as we go through it. But let's start at the beginning. Let's rewind. So, Super Mario Run is Nintendo's first iOS game, first mobile game starring Mario. This looks like, first of all, what I remember of the first level of the game, which I believe I've played. There was a demonstration back when the game was first unveiled at the App Store, at Apple's September conference. Here you're just getting a quick lay of the land. These are the general Mario rules. You'll see that at the bottom portion of the screen you have sort of the shrubbery there, and that's your sort of convenient space to tap. The game is meant to be played with one hand, and it follows the same rules. So in the background, you're seeing the background stage from Acorn Plains, which was first shown, I believe, in New Super Mario Bros. U. And you'll see here that Mario is more acrobatic than ever in this game. It's sort of a surprising twist. We grew up all believing that the minute Mario runs into an enemy, he will take a hit, whereas here you'll see him vault over and sort of style and show off. Last quick thing I do want to point out is it was a little further back. These arrow coins that he runs by, or these arrow signs that he runs by, as he runs into them, you'll see coin paths unlock, and that's part of the scoring element of the game as you try to sort of find your route and get all the red coins and etc. So this is an underground stage. You remember it. Mario can wall jump. Quick little thing here is, I think this is the first time in a 2D Mario game in a while, if ever, Mario grabs the ledge because he didn't make it all the way to the top, and then he instantly sort of takes off. Now, the reason that seems to be automatic is because on every other part of this jump, you're seeing the finger at the bottom tap to demonstrate it. Now, this was either a mistake or he'll just automatically vault over. One of the other things he'll automatically do is if he ends up facing the other direction to his left, he immediately wants to go right, and there's a lot of levels based around you figuring out the tricks to sort of get him to get the thing you want if his instinct is to run the other way. Here you're seeing a quick example of, first of all, death in this game. Clearly he misses the jump using those special blocks, but you'll notice up here at the top in the UI, you have 2 bubbles basically per stage, seems to be the story. And when he pops that bubble, when he gets revived, he uses one of them clearly. But you're also seeing an example here of some of the special blocks they have in the game. Let's just go to when he revives real quick. You'll see the double arrow there indicating that he's going to jump or run faster is presumably what's happening there. You've seen a similar mechanic in Mario Maker or in previous Mario games, but he takes off, he makes the jump. This is the first example I think they've shown of the Ghost House. I'm not entirely sure, but you got a few other sort of special blocks here. You see the blocks where he can carry and sort of like, carry himself across, similar to like, an old Donkey Kong Jr. mechanic. And the interesting thing with this is once he's attached, he'll travel forward. If you tap, he will jump down. It's still unclear to me how you're going to get into those doors. Like, are you supposed to tap them as you get close to them once you pick one? Because there's no way to stop. You'll see an example of stopping actually right here. So that block where he's coming from, let me just rewind that a little. He just took off. But whenever Mario comes up to one of these blocks, this is another example of special blocks, he will stop. And this is a smart example of where you would end up using this. Sort of, hey, there's a hazard ahead, or you have to watch your timing because these fireballs are coming out of the lava. You've seen this before in regular Mario games, but you didn't have to deal with the fact that he was moving forward. Although there were some stages that the stage obviously auto-scrolled. So here he'll stop, and he'll move from that block if you tap the screen. But you got your little Bowser intro here, and this is all very classic in the spirit of Nintendo. So here we are, Kingdom Builder. This is the one that we want to talk about. So big thing first is just that they go into the build mechanic. You see the warp pipes at the bottom to get back to Tour or Rally, the 2 other modes of the game. This is where you're going to be investing the coins that you get from the main portion of the game. Now, the UI at the top, you got your Rally tickets at the left. You've got your... So that Toad icon, I want to assume is population or a score tied to how good your population is doing. I'm not entirely sure. There are 2,000 toads in this kingdom. But there is a drop down, and I'm not sure what else is there because they never tap it in this video. You've got your coins all the way to the right, and you've got a menu at the bottom left, but they never jump into that either. So here you're going to see they go into the build mode. You have move, place, obviously shop. Interesting thing is you'll be spending coins in the shop on items that you'll put here, but it's still unclear how progress in the shop is tied. So right now they're just shuffling through the inventory of items they've already bought. They didn't show the shop here. If you do go to SuperMarioRun.com, they show a brief screenshot of, hey, items have arrived today. But the big question is, do those items rotate in like Miitomo, where every week or every day there's something new there? Or is this tied to your progress in the main game? So World Tour Mode has 24 levels for you to play across 6 worlds, I believe. And so it turns into, hey, which one is it? I'm not entirely sure. Nintendo says there are 100 items to choose from. Here's an example of placing one. I paused it here just to show you how many slots they have to work with. I'm hoping there's more to this, because this seems really small compared to what I imagined, building your kingdom would be, but it's still very unclear. This is all Nintendo has pretty much shown at the moment. But maybe it is instead not a big space, but a space where you're going to get bigger and better items as you continue to check the store and make progress. So here they're laying down final stairs. They lay down a goalpost. You see one of the trees where the super acorn drops. You see several toad houses. Now, I really need to point this out. Those rally tickets you see at the top, so there's a couple ways you can get those. You need them for the last mode in the game, but the interesting thing is that rally tickets, this is according to Nintendo's website, in order to play Toad Rally, you will need rally tickets that you can acquire in a variety of ways, such as clearing worlds, which makes sense, or through bonus games in your kingdom. Well, wait a minute. What bonus games? What kind of bonus games? That is really unclear at the moment. We know we have toad houses, so the safe bet could be that you'll be playing a minigame at some of these toad houses. Now, will they be different minigames per house? Will they all be the same? If you think back to even the first introduction of the Toad House, which I believe was Super Mario Bros. 3, you got an item there, or sometimes you had like those panels that you'd visit and you'd have to play a game there. So you're able to get rally tickets through that as well. Nintendo has not shown what through bonus games in your kingdom means. Maybe I'm making a big deal out of this, maybe I'm not. We'll find out when the game comes out on December 15th. So here you have a quick example of Toad Rally. This is a competitive mode where you're going to be able to race against your friends. Nintendo has said that your Miitomo friends will be your Mario Run friends. So if you're already using Miitomo, you can basically bring that over, probably through Nintendo account, presumably. Big question is, and I think they've answered this, is that you'll probably be able to also just add your own friends if you're not dealing with Miitomo or you've never played Miitomo. So you choose an opponent. There are these conflicting scores I told you about. I don't think she has 1,500 toads in her town, but we'll see. But Shelly versus one of her Japanese friends, you see a rally ticket get consumed here. The face-off starts. Last thing to quickly point out is that there is an expected audience, expected crowd, and so far it just says one toad. Not sure what the story is there, if that represents actually one, or is it a visual marker to represent there's up to 10 who can show up. But as this race plays out, and you'll see it's you against a cardboard cutout of Mario, which is very cute / clever, you'll see an audience of toads building, and when this star gets grabbed, a coin rush gets set off, and you just see coins dropping out of everywhere. It is get rich or die trying here in Super Mario Run, which was a similar idea to some extent that you saw in New Super Mario Bros. 2. Really quick there, also as he grabbed coins, that meter filled up. Not sure if that's similar to a mechanic Nintendo introduced in Super Mario Bros. U, where there was speed attached to like this combo chain you had to build in that game. I don't think that's the story here because the screen doesn't seem to go faster. Regardless, Toadette will declare a winner. It was 814 to 782 clearly, and you see her toads are really happy. And a portion of the other player's toads, the loser, will go to the winner. But yeah, that's the rewind. This is coming December 15th. It is $10 on the US App Store. Check your local listing to find out how much it is in your territory if it's not in the US. Nintendo says it's launching in 151 countries. And for everything Nintendo, you're already in the right place, right here at IGN.